scheming and fishing around this one. Got story time with MaliStrip, Baby Main, especially from story time. MaliStrip coming from the Baby Main, especially with the official music video. We got the official music video coming into this whole just strange story. Like we got a story one, especially from the whole music video. But we got with story time, especially for MaliStrip and the Baby Main. We got the whole just visual thing going on with the MaliStrip, but especially from the strange story. We got the strange story time, so mainly with the strange story time and everything else. But coming into this whole one right here, especially from the MaliStrips and their whole thing, like they got the whole like Chris built in, but especially with the strange story.
Scolo, it's your turn. T06 going crazy.
Listen, this be crazy.
Turning a page in my life, let's go for a ride, let me tell you my story. Had a couple girls that were fine, thought they were mine, but they weren't really for me. I was out here on my grind, there a couple nights to the Oscar they caught me. Far from the talkative type, I ain't gotta speak, cause the racks speak for me. And I spent a couple racks on you.
Scolo, it's your turn. T06 going crazy.
Listen, this be crazy.
Turning a page in my life, let's go for a ride, let me tell you my story. Had a couple page in my life, let's go for a ride, let me tell you my story. Had a couple girls that were fine, thought they were mine, but they weren't really for me. I was out here on my grind, there a couple nights to the Oscar they caught me. Far from the talkative type, I ain't gotta speak, cause the racks speak for me. And I spent a couple racks on.
Ooh, and then the main thing too, he said, "Hey, he ain't really gotta do too much because the racks speak for the racks. Like you got them racks speaking for him." And then it was like a time of the place where it's like these pages were turning. His especially the lifestyle is going on too. Like it just really takes effect and everything else, especially from the whole thing. Like he's living it, like living it in the main jungle, the jungle, especially everything else that's going on here too. Like you got a whole thing behind, like he got a whole thing behind him. Like he's doing it what he needs to do and everything else. Especially like they say, tables turn, everything flips and turns. Like sometimes it goes different ways. Sometimes you be thinking it's going the right way, goes the other side of the way. So really gotta keep your just the whole chronicties and everything else because it can really flip. But he said like life is changes. It's like a flipping of a book or a writing seas.
Me, and I spent a couple racks on you. I'ma fly you out to Istanbul. I'm a trapper, I can show you what this wrist can do. Couple racks, spend it all on a stick bamboo. I ain't looking elsewhere cause she 10-10. On me, we can fly it to the west end. Timepiece got me feeling like I'm Ben 10. No distractions, it's me and my best friend.
Ooh, got me feeling like I'm Ben 10. Ooh, and chilling with my best friend.
Timepiece got me feeling like I'm Ben 10. No distractions, it's me and my best friend. She my bestie, knew when she met me. I bet my ex ting wish she never left me. Let him test me, pull up with the next piece. All you see's a black valley and a tech fleece. What you saying, girl, you know you're my type. Pull up in a truck, jump into my ride. Got my trap on hold, we can go where you like. Money ain't a problem cause it's part of my life. Trap giddy, got my trap silly. Ain't no part-time trapper, got my packs with me. Strap local, cause you know that the trap gritty. Trap boy, so you know there ain't no tax in me. Trap boy. Trap, there ain't no tax in me. Trap boy. Trap, there ain't no tax in me. Don't cry. Tell my boy don't cry, yo. My brother doing time. Why the judge take his life for? I try to block it from my mind. Trap.
It just really sets a fact to it too. Like they say, you write your book on a story, especially how this whole thing came through. Like especially how this way just how it just flipped. Like, hey, your whole story is written on a book. Like especially everything else that's going on too. Like, hey, he said like sometimes he be trying to block out the like that one thing that he's trying to just focus on. Like they say, they trying to block that one signal out, and then they trying to focus on the next thing. So it's like it's a whole thing. Like coming through, especially running through and everything else. Like gotta really and extraction that like especially from this whole thing. Like it just really takes the effect where it's like different jeopardies, different accessories. Like it's just all type of accessories.
No taxing me. Trap, trap, trap boy. Trap, trap. They ain't no taxing me. Don't cry. Tell my boy don't cry, yo. My brother doing time. Why the judge take his life for? I try to block it from my mind. I think about it every night, though. Alright. Hold tight, everything gon' be alright, though. I'm turning the page of my life. Let's go for a ride, let me tell you my story. Had a couple girls, they were fine. Thought they were mine, but they weren't really for me. I was out here on my grind. There a couple nights to the Oscar, they caught me. Far from the talkative type. I ain't gotta speak, cause the racks speak for me.
Ooh, especially with this one too. Like this one hitting all type of other ways, especially corner ways and all type of definition ways. Cause especially from the whole thing, like flip the page, you can see the whole lifestyle that a person is living too. Especially let's go on a ride, go on a glide, and we'll speak that life story of the senses. But hey, this really takes time and place. Like you hear and you go, like here you go. We got with the story time, but hey, especially from Baby Main and this whole thing, like it really took pieces and stuff like that for X to actually come. Like it really speaks all type of things, but especially from the story time and everything else, and you got MaliStrip. So especially with this, according from this one, I was messing with this one right here because like they say, you can always write a story about your life, like on a book, on a piece of paper, or you can make like a like towards them a lot of different things you see. It could be on like they be putting their life on a book or a video or like it's all kinds of sense, but especially coming from Baby Man and his whole main wise one, but out now on all streaming platforms. But of course, with this one, you guys definitely tune in with this one and everything else. But make sure you guys definitely comment, like, and just with this.